We all have a love-hate relationship with debt, right? On one hand, it allows us to buy the things we want when we want them. But that's about where the love ends. Debt has a way of piling up very quickly, even to the point where it becomes a struggle just to make the minimum payments. And soon, you're living paycheck to paycheck, hoping life doesn't throw you an unforeseen emergency. Have you ever felt that no matter what you do, you can't seem to make any real progress on your debt? Well, it's because it's set up that way on purpose. Debt is big business, and the less we know about how money actually works, the more money the big institutions make off of us. What's even worse is the toll it takes on us emotionally. We give up on our dreams, happiness, and even our freedom. I used to be just like you. I had a mortgage of about $350,000 that I had refinanced twice to pay off other debts. I had about $40,000 in credit card debt and about $80,000 in student loans. I felt like I was hardly making any progress each month. In fact, a lot of months I was going backwards, trying to find more sources of credit to keep my financial world afloat. You know, robbing Peter to pay Paul. I had no real plan to manage my debt and just considered it a part of life. The stress of this debt was literally killing me. Well, that all changed for me when I was introduced to the debt action plan system that is helping me eliminate all my debt in a fraction of the time. As a matter of fact, in 8 short years, I didn't have to live on beans and rice or need to put cash in envelopes. My lifestyle has not changed at all. There was no credit check and I didn't have to refinance my home either. In fact, not only am I well on my way to becoming debt-free, I'm building wealth at the same time. Hundreds of thousands of people have been utilizing this strategy for decades, and now I'd like to show you how as well. Have you noticed that banks are really good at making money? They almost print it. If you go to any major city, you'll see that typically the largest buildings have a bank's name on them. Banks build financial empires. What if you could run your personal finances similar to how banks handle your money? Well, that's where our system comes in. We help you do just that. Did you know the average interest that banks pay out is about 0.04%? Then the bank takes our money and lends it out to others at an average rate of 16.12%. The difference in those two numbers is how their financial empires are created. Our system takes advantage of this exact principle. In essence, you'll run your finances the same way, putting your money into a vehicle that will earn a higher interest rate while significantly lowering the interest rate you pay out. Rather than using banks for your financial needs, you'll learn how to create your own bank and use that money to get out of debt quickly and to build your own financial empire. This type of vehicle is not available at your local bank. As a matter of fact, it's not available at any bank. One of the key functions of the Debt Action Plan system is how we use unique features, only found inside specific types of life insurance. Wait, what? Yeah, I know, just stick with me. Did you know there are certain types of life insurance policies that are designed for when you are living, not just for when you die? This kind of policy has been utilized by the wealthy for decades. It's not your grandfather's type of life insurance policy. It has a cash value component that works similar to a bank savings account, except it has a few incredible advantages. The money in your cash value account is able to earn a guaranteed high interest rate year after year, so you never have to worry if the stock market crashes. Also, it takes advantage of tax laws created specifically for life insurance so the interest you earn can be tax-free. And this cash value account is not your grandfather's type of savings account either. It's not an account found at the local bank where you encounter long lines, have to qualify to get any of their money, pay an excessive fee, and wait days on end to see if you are lucky enough to be accepted. One of the major strategies of the Debt Action Plan is that you don't ever withdraw money out of this account. Instead, you actually borrow money from the insurance company, using your life insurance policy as collateral. This has a few distinct advantages to traditional banking. Since it's collateralized, it carries a low interest rate and there is no qualifying for the loan. So there are no credit checks and you can spend the money on anything you want. Cars, college tuition, home renovation, a family vacation, literally anything. Best of all, you don't touch your cash value, so it keeps earning interest. and at a higher rate than the interest you are charged for the loan. Remember, that's how banks make their money. By applying this important banking principle to your personal finances, you can begin building your financial empire also. The first step to setting up your debt action plan is to meet with one of our specialists. They are experts in this exact strategy. During the meeting, together, you will identify how to fund your bank. The main source typically used to fund your bank is any money you pay above the required minimum payments for your debts, low-yielding savings accounts, or money you are saving in government-sponsored plans that are inefficient tax structures. The first strategy you will implement is to only pay the required minimum to your creditors and redirect those inefficient dollars into your bank where your money can work harder and more efficiently for you. Let's take a look at an example of how the system works using real numbers. Meet Tom. He has $70,000 in consumer debt and a mortgage of $300,000. Now meet Frank. He has the exact same debt, $70,000 in consumer debt and a $300,000 mortgage. They both are paying the exact same amount to their debts and are scheduled to have all their debts paid off, including the mortgage, in about 24 years. But Tom is going to implement the debt action plan strategy to pay off his debts faster and build wealth at the same time. After meeting with his specialist, Tom disclosed he was making about $1,200 per month of inefficient overpayments to his debts that could be redirected to improve his overall financial situation. By only paying the minimum payments on his debts, Tom frees up $1,200 per month, which he redirects into his own banking strategy, which is his life insurance policy, making that money work harder for him. After paying minimum debt payments for 7 months and building up the cash value, the debt action plan will now tell Tom to take out his first loan from his policy. That amount will be equal to the first debt he pays off. In this case, about $5,500. The loaned amount is sent to the credit card, paying it off in full and canceling out the interest he was scheduled to pay to Visa. Now Tom has a new loan from his policy to pay off, but at a much lower interest rate. The $185 he was paying each month to his Visa bill will now go to the loan he just took out. The best part about this strategy is that the loan doesn't affect Tom's cash value's earning potential at all. His cash value keeps on earning a guaranteed interest rate, while Tom borrows money from the insurance policy to pay off his debts. That principle is where this strategy turbocharges Tom's debt payoff. After a few months, Tom is able to take out another loan from his policy to pay off the next debt. He implemented the same strategy of taking the minimum payment for that debt and adding it to the minimum payment of the first debt and sending that amount to his policy each month to pay down the loan. He continues to pay the $1,200 to increase the cash value each month and sends in the extra $625 to pay down the loan. He keeps implementing this strategy until all the debts are paid off. In this case, it took Tom just under 3 years to get his consumer debt paid down and another 6 years to pay off the mortgage. So, a total of 8 years and 7 months, and Tom is now debt-free. But the best part about this strategy is while Tom's debts are being eliminated, his cash value kept right on earning, and he began to put the money he was paying in debt payments into another savings account that earns interest. Now Tom is taking full advantage of the debt action plan to build wealth. In this case, after 10 years, Tom has over $111,000 in assets inside his policy. And after 20 years, he has over $850,000. Poor Frank. After 24 years of making all those debt payments, he is finally debt-free. However, Tom, on the other hand, used the debt action plan system and was debt-free in only 8 years and 7 months. And after 30 years, he has enjoyed his new debt-free lifestyle while building up over $1.9 million of wealth. And after 40 years, he has over $3.3 million. Frank ended up paying over $205,000 in interest, while Tom paid only $124,000, saving him over $81,000 of interest. And we haven't even touched on Tom's tax savings and all the other benefits his policy gives him. At any time, he can borrow from his policy to fund all kinds of things, like his kids' college education, a home renovation, a new boat, or a life of travel and adventure. There is no loan approval process and no credit check. You simply take out a policy loan with no questions asked. Isn't that incredible? All of this is accomplished without Tom having to spend any extra money at all. We just tweak the strategy a bit to enable Tom to get out of debt in a fraction of the time and start building wealth. Now, you may be asking yourself, why would the specialist help me for free? Well, they aren't really helping you for free. They do get paid, but it's not you that pays them. They work on your behalf because the insurance company pays them a commission for setting up the policy. So you won't see an invoice for their services at all, and they are more than happy to help you get started and help you along the way. I'm sure you are more than interested at this point to see just how this amazing platform could benefit you. So what's the next step? On this page is a form to fill out to set an appointment with a debt action plan specialist who will meet with you on a video conference and provide a free consultation to go over the details of the program. Here's what you can expect from this free consultation. We will provide you with an exact date when you will be debt-free. We will provide you with a report that will show you how much you will save in interest payments by following this system. We will go step by step and explain how everything works and answer any questions you might have. Fair enough, right? Well, in order to provide these things, you will need to be in front of a computer and have your debt information handy. We will be sharing our screen using a webinar-style setting. So go ahead and fill out the form now to get started. With this incredible debt action plan by your side, you can not only eliminate your debt at record pace, but you can get on with building wealth and creating a financial legacy for you and your loved ones. You can experience the freedom and peace associated with being debt-free and on your way to building that legacy. Or you can continue on the path that you are currently on and potentially be making debt payments the rest of your life. If you want a different outcome, you must have the courage to do something different. Make the appointment now and get started on your road to financial freedom.